Hey guys, what's up? This is Bry hanging out with 500 of my favorite books, 600 plus philosopher's notes on that desk there. We're going to continue our top three series. We've covered my top three favorite books of all time. We've talked about ancient wisdom, modern science, habits, nutrition, weight loss, and today it's time for sleep. One of our core fundamentals, eating, moving, sleeping, my top three favorite books on sleep. We're going to chat about them, my number one favorite idea from each of these books, Why We Sleep, Matthew Walker, one of my all-time favorite books ever, period. It's the number one book we recommend to our coaches in our Optimize coach program. Read this book, change your life, change your client's life, etc. And then we've got Sleep Revolution by Arianna Huffington. Why We Sleep, of course, is by Matthew Walker. And then Sleep Smarter by Shawn, Stevenson, packed with big ideas. Super practical tips, etc. Of course, we've got our philosopher's notes, and we've got my notes for our chat today, and we've got a prescription pad. Check this guy out. In our Optimized Coach program, we have a prescription pad that we share with our coaches so they can share with their clients. We don't write the prescription, our clients do. What fundamental do you need to rock? Oh, I need to turn off my electronics earlier tonight. Good idea. That each of these books talks about. All right, as always, quick little context for those who do not know yet. You can go to optimize.me and get a free 2-week trial and access to all 600 of those philosopher's notes, distilling the best big ideas, thousands of them, any one of which could change our lives from those different books in the philosopher's notes. We also have Optimizing 101 classes you'll get access to. You can also go to optimize.me/top3 to follow along. We've got 30 of these top 3 episodes. But today, sleep. Why we sleep is our number one. Why is it our number one? Well, as we discuss in this philosopher's note, first I'll give you a stat. Matthew Walker tells us 2/3 of adults throughout all developed nations fail to obtain the recommended 8 hours of nightly sleep. I doubt you're surprised by this fact, but you may be surprised by the consequences. Routinely sleeping less than 6 or 7 hours a night demolishes your immune system, more than doubling your risk of cancer. You want to double your risk of cancer? Keep on getting less than 6 or 7 hours of sleep a night. And he talks about the fact that some people are like, oh no, I don't need that much sleep. And he says, okay, cool. How about this? It is far more likely that you'll be struck by lightning, the lifetime odds being 1 in 12,000, than being truly capable of surviving on insufficient sleep thanks to a rare gene. You need more sleep than you think. And the amount of time you spend in bed, by the way, is not how much sleep you're getting. You need to times that by like 0.85 or 0.9 to get a sense of how much sleep you're actually getting. Anyway, the number one idea from this note, we talk about how sleep is universal. That's good. And we go on and we talk about some crazy stats. 17,000 studies, right? We talk about how reading via an iPad at night messes you up. We talk about the fact that at time change, 1.5 billion people either go spring forward or fall back, depending on the time change. Did you know that heart attacks go up or down depending on whether you got or lost an hour of sleep? It's true. Traffic accidents as well. It's crazy. But the thing that I want to share here, and I'm not finding where the actual quote is, but he basically tells us, Matthew Walker does, that sleep is the very foundation of our well-being. He used to think it was a pillar, eating, moving, sleeping. Then he realized, no. It's so powerful. It's the very foundation on which the other pillars rest. And of course, we have that if less than 8 hours, then you doubled your risk of cancer. Those are big ideas. We need to take our sleep seriously, literally life-changing. The other idea I love from this book, he quotes somebody who says that a good night of sleep is like walking over a bridge from despair to hope. But the reality is that's a two-way street, two-way bridge. A bad night of sleep, you can go from hope to despair. And I say this all the time in our work in general and with our coaches. I'm a different person. With 5, 6, I never get 5, but with 6 hours of sleep, 6.5 hours of sleep even, I'm a different person at that than I am at 7.5, 8, 8.5 hours of sleep. Completely fundamentally different person. Why We Sleep. Thank you, Matthew Walker. Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams. Check out the note, check out the book, etc. The second top sleep book is Arianna Huffington's Sleep Revolution, Transforming Your Life One Night at a Time. As you may know, Arianna just was working so hard and not taking care of herself and prioritizing sleep that she passed out. Bam! Smashed her face against her desk or something crazy like that. Then she became a huge advocate for sleep. This book is a fantastic look at kind of the overview of why sleep matters, historical overview. She's a brilliant writer and storyteller, and she's got some practical ideas. So my favorite idea from this one, so we've got Making Money Because You Sleep, where we talk about Jeff Bezos, wealthiest guy on the planet. He says, I don't function well on less than 8 hours of sleep. So I get 8 hours of sleep. Boom, done. And then Sleeping with Athletes for Peak Performance. Pretty funny on that one. Tom Brady, Roger Federer. Roger Federer, one of the most successful tennis players in history. We've got Jeff Bezos there. And then she even quotes Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, let's see if I got it here. Yeah. When forced to choose, I will not trade even a night's sleep for the chance of extra profits. Think about that. Wealthiest top 5 guy, one of the most successful investors, the most successful investor in history. When forced to choose, I will not trade even a night's sleep for the chance of extra profits. I counsel our community and our coaches, no. Be done. Shut down complete, digital sunset, turn off your electronics, get a good night of sleep. Don't be manic about it and think you need to go chase profits and sacrifice your sleep. Even Warren Buffett doesn't do that. Jeff Bezos isn't doing that. Sleep, it does a body good. We talk about some research done with Stanford athletes and how it improves sports performance. And then Roger Federer says, if I don't sleep 11 to 12 hours a day, it's not right. If I don't have that amount of sleep, I hurt myself. The guy at Wimbledon, when he goes to Wimbledon, he rents 2 houses, one for his family, one for him. LeBron James, same thing. Tom Brady, he goes to bed at 8:30. He says, the decisions that I make always center around performance enhancement. I want to be the best I can be every day, so he prioritizes his sleep. The final idea there is what's called a shutdown, work down alarm versus a wake up. An alarm literally means an emergency. Alarm, don't wake up to an alarm. I haven't woken up to an alarm in years, other than the occasional early flight, which I rarely take. Get up naturally without an emergency triggering your sympathetic nervous system. The way you do that is you prioritize going to bed the night before. We talked about this in the habits deal, right? Your day started the night before. In our Carpe Diem module in our Optimized Mastery series for our coach program, we spent 2 months helping you craft a masterpiece day. And I tell our coaches again and again and again, your day started the night before. Get a good night of sleep. Walk over that bridge from despair to hope and to your highest self and best creativity. Prioritize your sleep, which leads us to Sleep Smarter, Shawn Stevenson. 21 Proven Tips. Now this book, this is the scientist, this is a great storyteller, practitioner, entrepreneur. This is the, podcaster, blogger with great tips on practical look. These are just 21 tips to get better. Of course, we talk about a bunch of them in the Philosopher's Note. My favorite one, all of them talk about the fact that digital stimulation at night triggers your brain. It gets your cortisol going when your melatonin should be going. And I'm not sure when I came up with the phrase digital sunsets, but basically when the sun goes down at our Johnson house, all electronics go off. The reality is the only source of blue light for millions of years was the sun. Now we can blow ourselves up with our little gadgets, smartphones, etc., all day, every day. And that has an incredibly negative impact on our well-being. So again, we challenge our coaches to follow science. And an hour before you go to bed, turn off all your electronics. Again, your day started the night before. You want to carpe diem it? You want to create masterpiece days, which is how you create masterpiece lives? Prioritize your sleep. That's a quick look at my top 3. Why We Sleep, The Sleep Revolution, Sleep Smarter, all of which have the Philosopher's Notes, of course. We've got a ton of other sleep resources. Take a Nap, Change Your Life. Sarah Mednick is one of the leading researchers on the science of naps. This one's great. Power Sleep, we have a ton of other ones, but these 3 really get it going. And then we've also got Sleep 101, which you can check out. And of course, in our coach program, we go off on this again and again and again. Again, get instant access to all 600 Philosopher's Notes and 50 master classes, including Sleep 101 at optimize.me, and follow along with all the top threes. What are we doing next? Eating, moving, sleeping. We're doing breathing next, then focusing, then celebrating, then prospering. Then we're going to continue for 30 of these. That's all I got for today. Here's to a good night of sleep. What's one thing you know you could do tonight to get a better night of sleep? Remember, your day starts the night before. Shut down complete. Be done with work. Turn off your electronics at least an hour before you want to go to bed. And make tonight awesome so you can make tomorrow even better.